Hi there, Marcus here from 4POS. We're just going to go through the payouts in the 4POS system with you. We'll start off with the 4POS scanning, which is, I suppose, in many ways, one of the programs more used for payouts, as in restaurants. Restaurants with a touchscreen system, typically what the owners would do or managers would do is just handle the payouts in a different way, or maybe take it from the cashiers when and if required. So let's go through the 4POS scanning part of it. This is a login screen. I'm sure by now you know this part. So you'll enter the system by entering your password, or just in my case, pressing enter because I haven't set up any passwords yet. So the payouts by default is Shift F10 to go into the payout screen. You could also get into the payout option by pressing Alt F12, and which is the alternative menu. In other words, it allows you to do other functions. So let's go into payout. Sorry, let's press enter on payout there. And now this is the simple option. So it first of all tells me who the responsible person is. In other words, there I could use the password then as my responsible person, and then I could very simply just go and type in this petrol purchases. Okay, and you'll see the payout amount is, argument's sake, 50 Rand or $50, whatever currency and values you work on. And all you need to do is simply say proceed. You wish to commit? Yes, thank you. And that's as simple as it gets. The system will now print your receipt for you on your receipt printer. In my case, I've just set it up as a PDF printer, and it will print it out for you, and on the PDF printer it will obviously show the payout for you. That's as simple as it gets. Just to confirm how that would affect your cashups and so on, if you press F12 at this point in time, and you would go into your cashup or declaration screen, you'll see the payouts will reflect here at the bottom. So if you had done a real cashup, you would actually have to declare the payout there and say, yes, I do actually have a payout slip inside my cash drawer, so I'm declaring that amount as being correct. And then if I F12 again, you'll see that my payouts here at the bottom will show declared 50 Rand and calculated 50 Rand. In other words, they're in balance. I do have proof for the payout that I've done. Alright, so that's the simplest way in the 4POS scan program to do it. The other options is also available. Let me go through those quickly with you. So I'm doing Shift F10 again for payout, or Alt F12, whichever way you want to do it. And then you can also say I'm doing a supplier payment, and I'm, argument's sake, paying a supplier ABC. And you could then just double click on the supplier, and it will show you the supplier name there. And on the narrative, you can go and say it's for invoice number 1234, or whatever the case may be. So also an easy way for you to enter the payouts, in other words, do the payouts from the point of sale system. Number one, to have the benefit of the cash deposit to the supplier, and alternatively also if your agreement with your supplier is a COD account, and the amount of the invoice might be 1001.55. Okay, and you'll simply say proceed. Yes, to wish to commit? Yes, thank you. And again, my printer will cash drawer will open, and my report will print, or my receipt will print. Let's just make that one AB for now. Alright, so that's the payout to a supplier. In other words, I'm paying a supplier with cash from my cash drawer. I'm saving the money on it. I do not have cash deposit fees. Lots of benefits from that. Very important, obviously, to make sure that the driver of the vehicle, or the person signing on the invoice for your copy, is proof of payment there, so that there's no question marks later on about whether you did actually pay or not. Alright. The third way, as you saw on the screen earlier, is payout reasons. Now, payout reasons is you can actually group it up into different sections. In other words, you want to say, yes, I want to report at the end of the day, and I want all my petrol expenses added up. I want my salary wages payouts added up, etc., etc. Now the payout reasons are set up in the back office, so I'm just going to escape out of there for a minute, jump to my back office program, which is down there, and I'm going to go to my store setup and security, more maintenance, and go to my payout reasons. Okay, and in my payout reasons, I do not have any reasons there right now, and I'm going to simply give it some name or some names there. I'm going to say wages, or wage payouts then for that matter. I'm going to also say I have some petrol and transport expenses, and I might also have some, call it stationery and postage or whatever the case may be. Might be courier charges, might be all sorts of other things. Let's just add one more for maybe milk and dairy products. You might be buying milk for the office, for the kitchen area in your business as well. You could all put that in there. And again, there's no limitation about what you want to do. Okay, so that's as simple as it gets there. Let's jump back to our point of sale. I'm going to do Shift F10 again for my payout, and I'm going to say a payout reason. And now, what are you paying out? So let's go and do, argument's sake, wages. Again, for those that pick up on the update that's coming through, I have my learning mode, as you can see at the bottom here where my mouse is moving now, learning mode enabled, and that's why the update is coming through all the time. Also, you would have noticed that on the payout reasons, you don't have to go and create a payout reason and then do the update point of sale. It's automatic. It's the same as debtors and creditors. The point of sale will automatically interact with the back office database and pick up the information from there. Alright, so let's just go and say we bought some milk and dairy items, and I can go and say milk and bread or whatever the case may be. And I know dairy items is not bread, but let's, for sake of an argument, and I spent 25 Rand. Now again, a practicality, you might decide that yes, I'm going to take 25 Rand out of the drawer, give it to the staff, let them go and buy it. When they come back, I will actually receive the change from them and so on. Or you can do it this way and say I'm giving them 25 Rand now. I do not know whether they're going to bring me change or any at all, and you can proceed. Alright, I wish to commit, yes thank you, and again it's printing for me, and we'll just call that one A again, doesn't matter, thank you. And then you could also then, once they return and they've actually brought you back that 3 cents or 25 cents or whatever change you're going to get on your 25 Rand or dollar for that matter, do another payout then for the for the change that you've received. Alright, so let's do that quickly. I'm doing Shift F10 again, and I'm going to go back to my payout reason that was milk and dairy that I selected earlier, and I can say change given or whatever the case would be, and I got my whole 3 Rand 25 back on the system. Oops, sorry, no, I definitely don't want to do that. So let's go back there. I want to do Shift F10 again. Payout reason, milk and dairy. Sorry, I wanted to enter the credit. So it's important that we enter the credit with a minus sign. So let's do that quickly. The change, and I'm going to say the minus sign 325. Now you'll see the characters or the numbers are showing in red to show me that it's a credit. Okay. And I could then proceed. Yes, thank you. I want to proceed, and again the printing part comes up. Okay, so I'm just going to cancel that printing part of it. Let's jump back to our back office now and go and have a look. Now obviously, because it was done today and I haven't done cashups and day-ins and all the wonderful things, I want to be able to go to today as I showed you there and load reports, and then under reporting, under the dashboard menu, you can go and say get a payout detail report, and there would be your change of 3 Rand 25 and my 25 Rand of milk and bread that was given up as well. Alright, so that's a very simple way of handling your payouts on the system as well.